Hello friends. Welcome to my channel Anime Zone Sensei. In this video, I'll be discussing a list of top 10 romance comedy anime that you may have not heard about. Romance in anime generally tends to be melodramatic, but add comedy into the mix, and you get a whole new flavor altogether, so let's talk about them. Now, note that these anime aren't arranged or ranked in any specific order. It is just my ranking. So let's start the video.
No, I don't think you're here to stay.
Number 10. Love, Election and Chocolate. The main character named Yuki is a prominent member of his high school's food research club. And his primary job is to savor the snacks that are bought with the fund allocated to their club by the school. However, the upcoming elections threaten Yuki's peaceful and wasteful days. If Satsuki, the head of Department of Financial Affairs, gets voted as the next president, all meritless clubs like the Food Research Club will be mercilessly disbanded. That's just how it is. Now, how will the Food Research Club stop the highly competent and popular Satsuki from getting elected? Number 9. Tada never falls in love. As the title states, the protagonist named Tada Mitsuyoshi is an individual for whom love has never been a concern, and now that he enters the second year of his high school and aspires to be a professional photographer, it is among the least exciting things for him. However, one day, he encounters a beautiful and dazzling foreigner named Teresa, while taking pictures of a beautiful cherry blossom tree. Because of the sudden rainfall, he invites her to his family's coffee shop so that she can properly dry herself. After a few more awkward moments, the two of them bid each other farewell. But the very next day, Teresa and her companion both show up at Tada's school as transfer students. An interesting development indeed. Number 8. In Search of the Lost Future, a girl named Kaori Sasaki, who is a member of the school's astronomy club, confesses her love to a boy named Soakiyama. Unfortunately, she kicks the bucket later that evening. All of her friends and club members grieve and mourn at her death. But ironically, she shows up unscathed the very next day. It's like people can't even recall that this exact same girl literally died in a traffic accident just yesterday. From then on, the astronomy club continues to get involved in more unbelievable situations. And of course, a transfer student also shows up. Number 7. Negima, a 10-year-old boy named Negi is a wizard in training, and he only needs to clear one more test in order to become a master wizard. However, his final task might be a bit trickier than everything he faced before. He has to be an English teacher at an all-females boarding school. The big day comes and he arrives at the school, but he immediately embarrasses himself. He also gains the hatred of a student named Asuna just because he replaced the teacher she loved. Not only that, Asuna also learns that Negi is a wizard, so she uses this as a bargaining chip for every time she needs him to help her out. This class is about to get interesting. Number 6. Photokano. This series is based on a dating game, and you know the production quality is going to be high, because it was adapted by the studio Madhouse. The main character, Kazuya, is a decent and nice sophomore student whose summer break is coming to an end. But to make matters exciting, he receives a digital single-lens camera as a gift. The nerd in him awakens, and it wasn't long before this camera elevated his social standing to a whole new dimension. One girl enters his life after another, and before he knows it, he's capturing all these beautiful memories with that new camera of his. Number 5. No-Rin. Here we have an idol-obsessed main character named Kosako Hata. He goes through a period of extreme devastation after his favorite idol Yuka announces her retirement. Furthermore, she retired at the peak of her career, and considering how Hata was probably her biggest fan, this news was more than what he could take. he has the living daylights shaken out of him and ends up entering a period of stagnation where he refuses to go to school. However, on the day his friends finally convince him to come back to school, he gets the greatest surprise of his life. The idol whom he so wholeheartedly adored transferred to his class. But for some reason, she's under the guise of Ringo Kinoshita. Will Hata be able to get close to this girl and also uncover the reason why she decided to retire? Number 4. 3D Kanojo, Real Girl. The protagonist named Hikari Tutsui prefers the two-dimensional realm over his real life. He's a socially inept introvert who spends most of his free time on video games and anime, but also gets shunned by his classmates, and they don't hold back. In fact, the only person who actually interacts with him is his friend Yuto. Yuto is also obsessed with games and likes to wear cat ears. One fateful day, as he's made to clean the school pool for being late, he comes across a girl named Iroha, but immediately realizes that only trouble awaits him unless he steers clear of her. Not only is she a dazzling beauty, she also attracts lots of male students fighting for her love as well as a huge amount of jealousy from the female students. Be that as it may, what will happen if the both of them ended up getting close to each other? Number 3. My Sweet Tyrant. The episodes in this anime are only 3 minutes long, but it's good enough to often leave you wanting more. The story begins with a guy named Atsuhiro landing the girl of his dreams. She is a sweet and lovable young lady named Non-Katajiri. But his bashful persona often leads him to getting embarrassed from affectionate acts like giving compliments and exchanging kisses. When he's bashful, he often makes the situation even more awkward by acting mean to Katajiri. Fortunately, she finds his attitude cute and doesn't really mind his bashful side either. I'd say if you're not in the mood of something long, this might be worth giving a shot. Number 2. Kokoro Connect. This is a rather unusual yet surprisingly good anime, one that would definitely make a strong impression on you. The story revolves around 5 high school students who realize that they don't really fit in any of the other clubs at their school. So, they band together to form the Student Cultural Society. We have a wrestling fan, an indecisive optimist, a calm computer genius, a petite karate master, and a clown. Their lives began to get more and more complicated as supernatural events start to happen to them one after another. It all starts when 2 of them exchange bodies overnight. This unprecedented phenomenon may end up breaking their friendship apart. Number 1. Hataraki Man. Here we have a surprisingly underappreciated rom-com. The story centers around a woman named Hiroko who works for a magazine. Whatever life throws at her, she always pulls her all into it. But that might only be limited to her work life. Even though she can literally turn into a super saiyan at work, her life lacks romance, and that makes it quite colorless. She does have a boyfriend though, but he's a hardcore alcoholic. In short, this is a mature slice of life anime. One that revolves around the struggles of adults and still manages to be quite comedic in its nature. That is it from today's video on top 10 romance comedy anime that you may have not heard about. If you do not agree with the points in the video, and have some of your own opinions, share them with us in the comments section down below. So see you soon in a new video.